Kansas, big bucks, 45 XML, Perry Ross, Ross Trophy Outfitters. The stage is set.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents
Perfect. Looks like we're ready. Welcome back, folks. This week we're celebrating 7 years of Precision Hunting TV, and we're headed to Kansas. I was lucky enough to draw a coveted muzzleloader tag. I'm going with my good friend Perry Ross, Ross Trophy Outfitters, and my good friends Tanner and Bart Bell are going to be in camp, and you don't want to miss this.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, Hornady Ammunition, Forge Carbon Stocks, Swarovski Optic, and Great Horizon Ranch.
I've been hunting Kansas for over 25 years, and we've killed some great bucks there over the year. Over the years, I've hunted with several different outfitters. Perry Ross, Ross Trophy Outfitters, is a very good friend and an outfitter who really takes finding trophy bucks seriously. I've been hunting with my good friend Perry for 10, 11 years now, and I remember the second year that I hunted with him, we found a really big 5x5, and my cameraman Darren and I, there was no way to really hunt this deer other than just to sit in a field and spread out, and that was one of the most exciting hunts I've had in Kansas. On this particular hunt, we had hunted hard for 5 or 6 days, and Perry was continuously scouting, and Perry actually saw this buck one morning going back into the river from some ag fields, and came back to camp, told us about it, and my cameraman Darren and I went out and kind of surveilled the area and figured out a way to set up on this buck that afternoon. So this hunt was actually one of the first years that we had come out with our 45 XML muzzleloader, and we were actually shooting saboted bullets. It was a 50 cal muzzleloader shooting a 45 caliber bullet with a sabot, and we've evolved since then to bullet-to-bore muzzleloaders, where it's just a sized 45 bullet, and you're not dependent on a piece of plastic anymore. So those were pretty accurate. The ones we got now are just tack drivers. We guarantee those a half-minute angle all the way out to 600 yards. But the gun we had back then, it was plenty good enough for the task at hand that day. Fast forward 11 years, and I'd killed several other good bucks with Perry over the years, and this year we were just trying to find a really good mature buck. Perry had seen a few, and he had told us the areas that he'd like for us to try to hunt, and Darren and I had gone in there and set up a blind or two here and there trying to catch these bucks that Perry had seen. So we get there a couple of days early, and we got the H&W feed. We got about 500 pounds of that with us, and so we decide that we're going to hunt this pick cornfield. Is going to be our main spot to hunt in the afternoon. So we go in there, and we put some H&W out on this little rise on the dam right before you get into the river bottom, and we put a few trail cameras out, and the very first night we got some pictures of some pretty good bucks that we were interested in. Looking at the pictures, we really couldn't tell whether the deer were fully mature or not, so we just decided to give it a couple sits and see what we saw. So the very first afternoon, we saw quite a few deer, and one buck in particular, when he first stepped out, I mean, I got on the gun to look at him. He was that big a frame. And after I took a good look at him, I just decided he was a 4-year-old, probably 160-inch 4-year-old, which is a really good deer. But you know, just like at home, we kind of have a rule. We don't try to shoot bucks until they're at least 5 years old. I mean, I'm not saying if a 200-inch 4-year-old came out, he might not be in real bad jeopardy, but as general policy, we don't shoot them until they're 5 years old. So you can't shoot great deer if you shoot them when they're still just good deer.
This segment is brought to you by Defiance Machine, makers of precision bolt actions built for performance in hunting, competition, and custom rifle builds. Each action is machined to exacting tolerances and designed for smooth reliability, guaranteed headspace, and seamless integration with your custom build.
So it's second afternoon here in Kansas. It was scheduled to be our first afternoon, but we got time to get in the blind yesterday after I set it up. But we don't have a great wind today, but we sprayed down good and got the ozonics running. So I think we're good. Sun keeps popping in and out. It's high 70s, not terrible, but if the sun stayed out, it could get pretty bad. But hopefully the field will fill up. This is a really good spot. It's just hard to exit. We wait till way after dark to get out of here so we don't bump as many deer. So here we go, day 2 of 10 if necessary. Well, folks, that's 2 days in a row that we've had great young deer come out on us here. That deer there he's got a dream frame. I mean, he's 20 or 21 inches inside, got fairly long tines, a decent mass, and but he's a 4-year-old, and he's probably 20 or 21 inside, and just can't shoot those. You can't shoot good deer if you want to shoot great deer, and that's what we're hunting the great state of Kansas for, to shoot great deer. And Perry tries to encourage everybody to let these younger deer go, and some of them don't, but we're not going to be part of that problem. I'd like to see that deer next year or in 2 years for sure, but he gets a pass today.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by McWhorter True Precision Long Range Hunting and Shooting School, Atlas Development Group, Defiance Actions, Leo Photo USA, Brooks Barrels, and Trigger Tech.
So the whole time that Darren and I hunted this blind, we saw multiple deer. We saw multiple bucks. We saw some great up-and-comers besides these two that hopefully will be shooters next year if I draw another Kansas tag, and I hope I do. So we saw several deer that just didn't have the genetic. One of them in particular was a 5x5 with that we felt like was at least 5.5 years old. Had real short fours, and my good friend Bart Bevel was in camp with his daughter Tanner, and Tanner had not had very good luck that week, so we decided to put Tanner in there with her 45 XML and let her try to shoot this big management deer.
Welcome back, folks, to McWhorter's True Precision Tip of the Week. And today we're going to talk about stock design. Mr. Allan, what we got going on?
So for a long time, Forge Carbon has been a premier maker of carbon stocks. We have worked with them and designed several stocks that they make exclusively for us. They all have several things in common. First of all, they all have 100% heel. So you can see how that stock lays flat and the recoil line is equal with the end of the stock. So that reduces muzzle flip at long range. It reduces felt recoil. The toe angle being at 6-degree angle.
Helps you with
the
the bag.
If they're on a bag or a stick or anything, it's going to go down less rapidly versus
a more traditional stock like this one, right? So this is kind of like your production run stock. You can see the large gap in there.
Got a big drop at the heel, got a big toe angle. This is going to concentrate felt recoil on about the first half of this pad, whereas this one with this design is going to take that recoil all the way across the pad, and it's going to
do muzzle flip. It's going, when you fire it, it's going to want to go down and up and right when you fire it.
So this is the same stock. This is, some people prefer a cheek piece, but it's got the same design. For people that like in the old sporter stock, this is another stock. It's called our Apex. It too has some of the same attributes, but it's thinner at the wrist. It's got a little steeper toe angle, but still not near as steep as the factory stock. We do this one also in an integrated rail, so you have 100% slide surface. You don't have any interruption on that. And
these stocks are all pillar bedded, am I right?
All of them are meticulously pillar bedded. Each one of them is hand painted. We don't have any molds. Every one of them is painted one by one at a time.
So nobody's getting the same gun.
Nobody's getting the same gun. Something that's gotten real popular here as of late are these chassis stocks for hunting. They're lightweight. This is a folder, and the thing we've added here is we've added this bag rider that we designed, and it's got the same thing as the other stocks. It's got a 6-degree toe on it, because if you just grab this stock like it is, you've only got this surface right here to make changes on your bag. That doesn't give you much. If you've got sticks in the back, it'd be real easy to make a mistake. So we've added this bag rider to that with that 6-degree toe angle, and that allows you to make muzzle elevation changes pretty easy. So no matter what you like, whether you like traditional stuff, cheek piece, non-cheek piece, they're all designed to shoot well at long range, and that's your True Precision Tip of the Week, brought to you by Allan and John and McWhorter Custom Rifles.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Armageddon Gear, Hawkins Precision, Pittman High Performance Muzzle Loading Bullets, Hell's Canyon Barrels, Boyd Harness Company, Gun Phone, H&W Farms Premium Game Feed, and Mesquite Creek Taxidermy. This segment is brought to you by Atlas Development Group, makers of the finest premium rifle cartridge cases on the market. Proudly made in the USA. Our stringent manufacturing process and raw materials yield superior results.
So when I send Tanner in there, Darren and I sat her down and we showed her all the footage of the two 4-year-olds that were around 160, and she pinky sweared with me that she would not shoot either one of these deer, so we decided to put her in there with Darren in our blind and try to kill that big 5x5 management deer.
We're in Ford, Kansas with Ross Trophy Outfitters on the second week of muzzleloader hunt out here. We've got a full camp. It has been a hard week of hunting. Lots of rain, lots of crops still in the field around here. So deer still have plenty of water, plenty of food where they are. But we're gonna try to change that look up this afternoon a little bit.
So her first set, Tanner saw pretty much every deer on the farm except for the deer she was after.
So yesterday we saw everything that we couldn't shoot until it was 5 minutes too late, and then one of the ones that we were after came out and it was just too late to get a shot on. So we're hoping that they come back today a little earlier and we can make it happen.
She wasn't put out too bad. She decided that she wanted to hunt that again that next afternoon, and it was a different story second afternoon. He shows up, goes to the H&W corn that we got up on the dam, and when you stop at 300 yards and Tanner's got her 45 XML in her hands, bucks are in trouble.
Still walking to the right. Perch. Oh my god! Are you sure he's dead before I tell somebody?
Oh, he's DOA.
Oh my god! You're daring. Oh my god! Make sure you're not gonna go anywhere on me. So pretty. Okay, we got it done on the second afternoon. Just got this great buck, 315 yards. We're out here in Kansas. Second week of muzzleloader, shot with a McWhorter muzzleloader. We're pumped to take this one back to camp. We get to rub it in all the guys' faces tonight, so that's always a win.
We saw multiple bucks, and we saw some very good up-and-coming bucks, but we just never found a big mature buck that was of the caliber that we were looking for. And I mean, that's just the way it is when you're trying to kill really big bucks. They're just not around every corner, and Kansas has got more than its share of them. The properties that Perry has, that he manages, has got more than most, but this was just not to be this year. And though we hunted hard for 9 full days, we just weren't able to find a big antlered mature deer. But there's always next year, and maybe next year I'll be lucky enough to draw another Kansas tag, because those two 4-year-olds are going to grow up, and if I draw a tag, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.